OC.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Can you believe in about a month and a half, people are going to be talking about New Year's resolutions? Can you believe? Not even that long. Wow, people are going to be talking about this. If you are looking for a job and that's your resolution to get a better job, then the one name I would give you is CareerSource. Laura Byrnes comes in here twice a month or so, and we talk about different jobs that CareerSource has to offer, and not just jobs, but careers. That's why I love the name CareerSource for that reason. And it's free. If you're looking for a job and you need help, they will not charge you to find a job. And if you're an employer looking for talent, they will not charge you either. They just do it because they love doing it. Laura Byrnes gets paid nothing. I don't know. I'm just teasing. But anyway, so Laura's here right now, and she's here with Officer Timothy Palmer, and from the Department of Corrections. And let me put the picture on this so we can see you. And we're going to learn about some jobs with the state of Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, good to see you. Nice to meet you. And Laura, thank you for coming in.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm freaking out that next week is Thanksgiving and then it's Christmas, and I'm just not ready for any of it. But the weather, I think, is finally cooperating a little bit.
Do you know what we learned the other day?
What?
On Thanksgiving Day,
Okay.
turkey is food.
Yes.
The day after Thanksgiving, turkey is comfort food.
Okay. Yep. That's true. That's true. And we will be gone for Thanksgiving, but my husband wants me to do a turkey and a Thanksgiving for us anyway. Which
That'll be fun.
defeats the purpose of being gone for Thanksgiving, but
No. I understand where he's coming from.
No, I understand as well, but
It's just he's giving you all the work, right?
moving on. Listen, I don't want to take up a lot of time because I want Officer Palmer to talk about the fantastic, and you're right, the careers that are available through the Florida Department of Corrections. And great careers, great benefits. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for our community. But I wanted to just briefly take some time and talk about a couple things coming up. We have the second annual Youth Career Expos, and those will be right in the new year in January 12th for middle schoolers and February 2nd for high schoolers. And the reason I'm talking about this, I want to encourage employers in certain targeted industries to participate in this, because we are going to have 600 students at a pop going through there, and we have a very organized process so that they can meet you and hear what your company has to offer and learn about your industry. So if you are an employer and you have jobs in manufacturing, transportation, IT, public service, education, and healthcare, those are the targeted industries that we would really like you to participate in the second annual Youth Expo, Career Expos. And we're doing this in partnership with the Public Education Foundation of Marion County, the CEP, the Mid-Florida Regional Manufacturers Association, and Marion County Public Schools. And so if you're within the sound of my voice and that appeals to you, of course, there's absolutely no charge. And this is the way that you can help us build that talent pipeline for the workforce that you need in the future. And then lastly, I just want to mention, and I'm sure Officer Palmer will go over this again in greater detail, but we are having a hiring event for the Florida Department of Corrections. Many of you may remember when we did this for FedEx, and we had more than 1,800 folks show up for the hiring event. And we also had a similar one for Marion County Fire Rescue for their academy. Now it's for the Florida Department of Corrections. That will be Wednesday, December 7th from 9 a.m. to noon. It's informational, so every hour from 9 and then 10, and then at 11, there will be an hour-long information session. If you are interested in a certified or non-certified correctional officer training program, and you get paid while you train, this is a fantastic career opportunity. So I wanted to put a plug in for that. And for more information, please call our 800 number, 434-5627, extension 2205. Extension 2205 to learn more about that hiring event. And I'm out. I'm going to hand it over to Officer
Do you
Palmer.
know, I wanted to tell you something real quickly.
Sure.
This was ruffling through my papers because there was a story this morning about how the retail industry is excited about this coming holiday season because they say, and this has what it has to do with what you do, we have an 8-year low in the unemployment rate, which means a lot more people have jobs. So that's good news,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
That's really good news. So, and I know from I mentioned my nephew off the air, he advanced himself. He went from one job and has a better job now with the Department of Corrections. He's one of your colleagues now, Officer Palmer. So
Yes, the promotion field here in the Department of Corrections is the opportunity to promote is outstanding. If you're willing to move around the state, you're more than willing to promote a lot quicker than people that.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Just because there's more, if you stay in the same institution, there may not be that many job openings up in the higher level positions. Sometimes in the northern part of the state, southern part of the state, it's more frequent. If you're willing to move around and keep your ears and eyes open about when the opportunities are there.
Right. What is the thing clipped to your shoulder? What is that? Is that just your name tag?
Yeah, this is my state badge,
Oh,
my state
okay,
identification.
Okay. I thought maybe it was a microphone or something.
No,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, well, we'll be right there.
No, sir. I don't have any of my equipment on me today.
So what kind of jobs would somebody listening right now saying, come on, Larry, stop being silly, get to the point. What kind of jobs are available?
So at the Department of Corrections, we have, obviously we have our certified and non-certified correction officer. If you apply through the myflorida.peoplefirst.com, you can apply through website that's there for a non-certified officer. We'll start you off at a base pay of $1,077 biweekly. We'll have you on the compound no more than 6 months. We'll put you in an academy. We'll pay for your schooling while you're there. We'll pay you while you're in the academy. And when you get out and become certified,
wow.
We'll give you a pay increase.
That's amazing.
So you get your education,
Right.
we pay for it. And the only thing that we ask you is you give us 2 years with the department at that institution that you started it from.
Really?
And you have to do that anyways because you're under probation for the first year that you're become certified.
Okay.
So you might as well stay right out the first 2 years.
Let's rewind a little bit to the beginning. You said you'll be
Yes,
how much time at the compound?
Minimum is 6 months. Or,
What-
I'm sorry,
what-
excuse
what
me,
is the
maximum.
compound? What is that?
So that's going to be your institution that you apply at. For example, I work at Lowell Correctional Institution.
Okay.
When I started, I was on the compound for about 3 months, and then I got the opportunity. There was an academy that was open, and there was positions for me to go to, and they've put me in there.
So what is the job? Are you like pacing the halls? I'm trying to figure out, the guys are in cells and you're just saying, hey, good morning,
Each institution,
inmate number 12? I mean,
each
how does that
institution
work?
has different posts. Lowell is a female institution. It's the largest female institution in the United States. We're the 6th largest institution in the state of Florida. We have 513 security positions there, and we house about 3,000 offenders. So each housing unit has different types of inmates in it. We have anywhere between minimum and community custody inmates at our work camp to maximum and death row inmates at our annex.
Oh, man.
So we have plenty of opportunity, and if you want to get a learning experience, this is the probably the best hands-on institution to do it at.
Wow.
That being said, also in Ocala, we have Marion Correctional Institution, which is a men's facility. And they have a work camp as well that's located up in Gainesville. And we have the Florida Women's Reception Center, which is our women's reception center that's here in the state of Florida. And they also are a mental health institution. So that means that they have inmates that are classified as mental health needs, and they need a different level of security and different level of management.
You had used the term certified and non-certified. What is the difference?
Certified means that you've gone through the academy, whether it be through the state that we've provided for you, or if you did self-pay at CF or in a different institution. We are working right now with a partnership with obviously CareerSource and the College of Central Florida, doing different academies, and we're going to be doing this hiring and informational event as well at CF.
Well, you know what's interesting, Laura, is that usually the guests do not tell us what the salary is, but we know right off the bat that
Yeah.
this sounds
Yeah.
like a pretty good job.
And
That's the base. That's
tip
the
of
beginning.
the iceberg. You tell them about the rest of it.
Yes, and we also have other positions other than certified and non-certified officers. We have maintenance because things do break down in the institution. You have to have a certain background to be able to get into fix the air conditioning, fix the plumbing, all that kind of stuff. So,
Still in the tunnel, like when the inmates are trying to get out?
That's
well,
right.
we haven't had that, and hopefully that doesn't
I
ever
watch
happen.
too much. I watch too much TV. All right, can we take a little break and we'll be right back. Officer Timothy Palmer is in the studio with Laura Byrnes. We're learning about some job opportunities with the Department of Corrections. And if you have any questions, by the way, about these jobs, let us hear from you. The number is 622-9622, and better than that, show up at the job fair. What do we call it? Job fair?
Hiring event.
Hiring event.
event.
All right, we will be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Wednesday, mostly sunny and quite pleasant. High 75 to 79. It'll be clear Wednesday night. Lows ranging from the mid and upper 40s in the coolest inland spots to about 60 along the coast. Thursday will be sunny and delightful with a high of 76 to 80. For Friday, sunny and pleasant. High 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my
too.
seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new
Yep,
trunk.
we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show, too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the walls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Whether you're just starting out in your career or ready to make a change, being a commercial pilot is within your reach. The FAA has predicted that in the next few years, the number of planes in the sky will double, and that means a lot more jobs in aviation. Ocala Aviation has teamed up with an accredited university, enabling you to get a college degree in aviation while training to be a commercial pilot. And with options like financial aid, grants, and scholarships, it's never been a better time to get your new career in aviation started today. For more information, call me at Ocala Aviation, 352-861-7484.
You have that drip coming down from the corner of the room, but where did it start from?
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind their work to help make your home safe and secure, plus they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. It sounds like there are some really good job opportunities with the state of Florida through the Corrections, Department of Corrections. It is a state job, right, Officer?
Yes,
Palmer?
sir. It is a state job.
And so, I don't know, of the things you said off the air, we wanted to say on the air, but it sounds like it's not an easy job, but you're trained well for it.
Correct. Yes, and when you go through the academy, some of the things that you're going to go through is basic defensive tactics, so you can be able to defend yourself when you're inside the institution, outside the institution. If you had to do a medical transport, you'll become proficient in firearms with the 9mm, 12.
And Robert was asking about, are you armed at the facility?
And there are armed posts. Our towers are armed. Our perimeter vehicles are armed. If you take an inmate outside the compounds of the fence, then you are going to be armed with lethal and non-lethal weapons, because our biggest thing is the safety of the public, the staff, and the inmates. And we want to make sure that everyone's taken care of at all times.
Department of Corrections, what is the highest level? Who do you answer to? Is it the governor? Or how high does it go?
Our secretary, Julie Jones, is the department head, would be the best way to put it. But there is a ranking system. It's all the way down from officer, then you go sergeant, lieutenant, captain, major, colonel.
This sounds like it'd be a perfect job for a veteran. I mean, because they've already gone through a lot of what the discipline is necessary for this, right?
Absolutely, and we encourage prior military to apply for these positions. I can tell you right now, I've had quite a few interviews with prior military. Just the respect level, just from they coming in, is
Absolutely,
amazing. And I want to say thank you to all the vets that are out there for their service. And I appreciate you guys for what you do. And if you guys need a job once you get out, please come see us.
And you said you are also part of the rapid response team.
Yes, ma'am. The rapid response team is a 14-man team that we have at our institution. We have one at Lowell, FWRC, Florida Women's Reception Center, and Marion have a rapid response team as well. And our responsibility is to assist in any type of need or crisis that may present itself in the entire region. So if something happens, our region goes from as far north as where we're at here in Marion County all the way down to DeSoto. So anything that happens in that area, then we're willing to suit up and go into any institution to make sure that everyone's safe.
So I'm picturing men, but I'm guessing you're hiring women as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. We have for both institutions, or for both the rapid response team and for the just correctional officer, we have men, women that apply. We're a female institution, so we like to have female officers apply
Sure.
and have on there, because there's certain things that are gender specific. Working confinement and medical and infirmary. There's certain jobs that you have to have certain plumbing in order to work with certain inmates or certain offenders.
Plumbing, Laura.
That is a very tactful way.
That's a great way of saying it. Yeah.
I like that.
In addition to the good salaries, you have a lot of benefits if people want to
let's
have
talk about
medical
that.
or go to
Yeah.
school and things
Absolutely,
like that.
absolutely. We have, for example, like I said, the promotion opportunities are always there. You have leave. You can get 104 hours of leave a year occur just from working your normal job. You don't have to do anything. You have sick leave as well.
400 hours?
104 hours.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
104 hours.
Sorry.
Okay. No, you might have said 104. I just heard 400.
You get 10 holiday hours of leave. If you're in the military, you get 240 hours for military leave. So if you are in the reserves,
wow.
we have no problem with you going to do your duties that you need to do. We'll obviously, keep your position for you when if you get sent for active duty when you're in the reserves. We got no problem with holding your position. We also have tuition free college courses. For example, if you want to further your education, we'll pay for 2 of your classes every semester, and all you have to do is pay for your books.
My goodness, this is a no-brainer, Laura. The salary, the benefits, and you said it has a great retirement program too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you do, I think the max you can do right now is 33 and a third year in the Department of Corrections, and you can retire with 90%. So you'll get paid 90% normal paycheck every other week.
I did not know that. Tell me about the criminal justice incentive pay.
Correct. So the criminal justice, sorry, you caught me off guard with that one. The criminal justice incentive pay. So basically, if you are willing to we have dual enrollment. So if you are willing to go back for criminal justice or further your education as far as incentive classes, we will do everything we can to give you a pay increase as well. We have, for every 2 incentive classes, the criminal justice incentive classes that you do, you'll get a $20 increase on your pay on your paycheck every other week, and you max out at that with 6. As well as if you go to get a degree, then we'll give you another $20 as well. So if you are showing us that you want to further your education and get more training, and we'll be more than willing to pay you for it.
Is it shift work? Are you working all 24 hours a day?
Yeah, well, the shifts are for 24 hours. We're currently on 12-hour shifts right now.
Oh, you're on 12-hour shifts. Okay.
Correct. So the shifts are either 7A to 7P or 7P to 7A. You do 2 on, 2 off. If you start on Friday, then you work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're off on Friday, then you're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you have every other weekend off for the 12-hour shifts.
Did you just get off at 7 o'clock?
No, sir. I'm on an 8-hour shift. We also have 8-hour shifts, too, that we call swing shifts.
Okay.
The 8-hour shifts are from 7A to 3P, 3P to 11P, and 11P to 7A. And those days off are varied just depending on the positions that are available. So you might have Monday, Tuesday. You might have people that have Wednesday, Thursday. You might have people that have Saturday and Sunday.
Wow. So what's coming to mind is that somebody who's always wanted to work this kind of a job, you go to CareerSource. I would never have thought this. I would have thought you go to the jail or whatever. You say, hey, I'd like a job here. But you don't. You go to a CareerSource, right?
Well, in this case, we're working with them on the hiring event and really working. We're seeing a lot of popularity with this type of paid training.
Yeah.
Like I said, with the Marion County Fire Rescue, their academy, and this is another another great example that just happens to be with the FDOC. And when we say, we're not saying great jobs, we're saying great careers.
Great careers,
This is a career.
Do some people use this as a stepping stone to like the Florida Highway Patrol or the Sheriff's Office or anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, when I got into the Department of Corrections, that was my goal, was that, to be a Florida Highway Patrolman, you needed 2 years sworn or unsworn. So I said, I'm just going to give it 2 years, I'm going to ride it out, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to do something else. Well, this career has shaped me, and I want to stay here, and I want to give people the same opportunity that it's given me. I want to help people out. I'm doing the training techniques, and so I want to give it back to it.
Well, that leads to a question.
Yes,
It's
sir.
probably a personal question. So what happened that you didn't imagine happening that must have been good? There must be something, like before you got into it, you must have imagined a certain lifestyle, or like Laura likes to say, a job place. What do you call it again?
The corporate culture?
The culture, yeah. Was there something about that made you say, "Oh my gosh, I kind of like it here"?
It was more like the people, the staff that was there, the security staff, the lieutenants, the captains that were there that help you become the officer that you are, and you want to be able to work with those individuals, and you want to be able to give back, and when you get that feeling that you belong with somebody, with a group, with a career, a culture, you want to do everything you can to make that grow and flourish, and that's what changed in my eyes. For me, it was, I just wanted to get on the road at first and do everything I can to be an officer, and once I got here, this was it for me.
And we hear that more and more, but not just FDOC, but other companies, that once you get in, if you're a good fit, it's like a family, and you stay and you grow with that family, whether it's Department of Corrections or manufacturing or hospital. If that's a good fit for you, you are going to stay there, and that's a very powerful draw, I think, for folks to get in a particular industry.
Yeah.
Do you need a high school diploma, or will a GED suffice?
A GED will suffice. One of the biggest things that we need for documentation is, we need your birth certificate, we need your high school diploma or equivalency, so GED transcripts, sealed transcripts. We're going to need Social Security card. We're going to need a copy of your Florida driver's license. Any type of furthering education is great, and we will hang on to your paperwork. The biggest thing is getting you through the door. We want to make sure that we have the requirements, and then if you already have an AA in criminal justice or any other type of degree, once you get hired on, we can take that to HR and we can do that incentive increase.
And you do a background check?
Yes, absolutely. We'll do background checks before I even get the application. It is screened to make sure that that you meet the minimum requirements, that you're at least 19 years old or about to turn 19 years old. I have no problem if you are in high school right now and then you're 18 getting ready to graduate, you want to put it in so you don't have to wait 4 or 5 months or whatever the case is for you to get started. I can get everything done and we'll just wait for your birthday.
Well, as we always say, we record these interviews as a video, so share the video if you know somebody who would like this kind of a career, and that would be very helpful for them as well as for the Department of Corrections. As an outsider looking in, I'm sure this may sound naive, but I'm wondering this. Do the inmates ever kind of observe the discipline that you guys have on the staff and say, oh my gosh, that is, and do they become impressed by that, inspired by that? And I'm sure it's not across the board, but do you have some inmates who maybe they've never seen anybody who's really made some good choices in their life, and they literally become rehabilitated just by kind of observing you?
Absolutely. And for example, at Lowell, we have youthful offenders, and that's anyone that's between the ages of 16 to 25. So that youthful offender program is ran paramilitary. The offenders wake up in the morning, they do PT in the morning, they do marching, they have different ceremonies, and they are given that guidance that for whatever reason lacked in their life, to make them make those choices that they made to make them incarcerated. So we do everything we can to help out with the choices, show them the firm, fair, and consistent attitude that we do to each other, that we do for the inmates, so they can see that.
Wow. Anything we can do to help you or to help the inmates for this Christmas season? Can we bring cookies or anything?
Well, I can tell you right now that the staff is always welcome to food. We will never turn that down, doesn't matter what it is. As far as the inmates go, we have no problem with any type of donations that you want to provide for the inmates. They all have to be approved by our wardens and administration staff that's there. So depending on what it is, it just will have to be approved. We have plenty of programs that go on all throughout the year that people bring in their
I always heard
donations.
don't bring strawberries because it makes the inmates break out. Is that true? Joke, it's a joke. Well, you that was outstanding. I love this interview. Officer Timothy Palmer, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And Laura Byrnes, thank you. Of course, we go to Citrus, CareerSourceCLM.com.
Yes, and don't forget the hiring event, if you're interested in one of these jobs, is Wednesday, December 7th. It's going to be at the Klein Center at the College of Central Florida here in Ocala from 9 to noon. So
All right.
there.
Share the video. Again, thank you, both of you.
thank you
We'll
very
take a
much.
little break.
Appreciate
This is WOCA Ocala.
Thank you.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Donald Trump says he alone knows who the finalists are for top White House jobs as the transition process continues.